Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Third Eye Exchange. Right now you can pick your pile. So pile 1 is going to be the pink 2. Pile 2 is going to be the yellow 0. Pile 3 is going to be the blue 2. And pile 4 is going to be the green 6. I do want to say, I do have a feeling that messages in pile 1 and 3 might be connected, or there might be something for you if you feel drawn to it in both piles, since they are the same number. But do whatever you need to do to get centered. Pause the video and pick your pile, and I'll see you in your pile. Love you. Hi, pile 1. This is your reading for predictions for 2026. So I decided to keep it pretty simple, and not do like my whole bazillion oracle cards and tarot reading. Let me see what I can like. Okay, yeah, that's kind of like, okay, cool. Spirit, tap me into pile 1, please. Hang on, I feel like I have to like settle in. Give me a second. Okay. Tap me into pile 1. Their predictions for 2026. Oh. Okay, well, then that changes things a bit. I don't know if you've been feeling nauseous lately. Something about that. We'll see. 3 of Wands at the back of the deck. Okay, we have Ace of Pentacles. The Star reversed. 9 of Cups. Page of Cups. 6 of Swords reversed. 10 of Pentacles reversed. The World reversed. Wow. King of Pentacles. Okay, I'm getting this feeling of like sacrificing everything that you've built this far, like almost like burning it to the ground so you can start over. I don't know why that's coming through. Give me a second. Or it's almost like you're at a certain point where you kind of have to use the foundation you've set, but kind of move forward without... move forward without experience. I hope this is making sense. And I'm going to read this as like the quarters of the year, so we'll see. Hang on. there is like a new financial opportunity in January, February, March for you. So this could be like a new collaboration. I'm not necessarily feeling collaboration. This could be like an offer, a project, a new job, a better paying job, even like a random side gig that like you'll make good money from it, but it is the new, like the beginning of something for you the first 3 months of the year. And I feel like you have to leave this, honestly, this kind of feels to me like you have to leave behind a job. Like that's how this feels. This doesn't necessarily feel, if you have your own business, Spirit might be asking you to at some point during this year leave that job. And we'll get into it. I'm not looking too closely at the other cards yet, but I almost feel like the first quarter of the month isn't really for, the first quarter of the year, maybe the first quarter of the month, the first week of, I don't know. The first quarter of the year is for establishing this new stream of income, establishing this new beginning, getting on your feet with this, and not walking away yet. It's not time to walk away. I do feel like there's going to come a point in the second quarter, now we're moving into that energy, where, sorry guys, I keep feeling like going like this. I don't know if like you guys do like printing or you read maybe braille, or I don't know, you do like sanding, construction, I don't know. But I keep wanting to like go like this. Like rub the table. That's interesting. Yeah, like there's gonna be a point when you're not gonna see as much movement. I feel like this opportunity is not going to like bear fruit as quickly as you are hoping for. Because the second quarter of the year, April, May, June, you're kind of gonna be feeling like, did I mess up? Like, did I mess up? Did I make a mistake? But Spirit wants you to really lean into how emotionally fulfilled you feel by taking this leap. This definitely does feel like somebody is going either from like corporate or like working for somebody else to working for themselves. It could also just be switching career fields. And then, or maybe even you feel like, at a disadvantage, I almost want to say, because this is something very new to you, the second quarter of the year. And then as we get into the third quarter of the year, it's like I aforementioned, like Spirit really wants you to lean into like how much more fulfilled you feel emotionally, even if your finances and physical world hasn't quite caught up yet. Because towards the end of the year, this is really going to bear fruit for you in the physical world and the material world. Especially financially, like it's going to pay off, but it's not. Do I think this is going to be, if this is a business, I don't think this is like your end all be all, in the sense of like, this is not the most money that you could be making, but you're going to be pleasantly surprised and probably even in a better position than you've ever been. Especially I almost want to say recently, the last few years. So, and even though you might not be exactly where you want to be yet, like you have come so far, and I think 2025 was a very pivotal year for you in like your spiritual development. Maybe you were going through a personal year 7, maybe even a personal year 8, and learned quite a lot from that. Yeah, let's see what's behind it. Wheel of Fortune, things turning in your favor. 6 of Wands. This one is reversed, but Six of Wands on the upright talks about like victory. I feel like that energy, this is more of the year the shift happens, the year the transition happens, I think. And then that's why by the end of the year, you'll start to see much more development. I think next year, and I know we're not really talking about that, but I think next year is going to be more of the year where you really land on your feet, and it won't be more like it won't really be like an energetic crossover between the two. It'll be more like you're starting to settle into this new energy that's making its way in. You've probably already felt it, but we will get into some. Also, I don't think this is a year for you to travel. I think definitely focus on the matter at hand and the transition at hand. You will get there, because there was also like a big question of like, oh, but traveling. I personally, if you can help it, I would keep it to a minimum right now. Maybe even hold off, just financially speaking. Okay. Anything else for pile 1, Spirit? Anything else for 2026 predictions? All right, Spirit. Anything else? Oh my God. Here we go. At 11:11, it fell face down. Interesting. All right, Spirit. 2 more. Anything else for the collective for 2026? Okay, we have at the back of the deck, second house owning. It is reversed. I'm going to discern whether or not we read it in the upright or not. But I will let you know in just a moment. Okay, second house owning. We have Gemini, I think. Okay. Void, of course. Moon, missing. Chiron, healing. Mars, force. I don't know, I keep wanting to say you have all the information you need. You have all the information. I want to say, and I'm going to do separate readings for 2026 love predictions. By the way, sorry it took me so long to get these out. But, because we have Gemini here, which is like the lovers. This could also be about communication. But I do feel like this is about, there's something to do with the lovers and like your assets. Because the second house rules like resources, money, our assets. I think this is like the end of, this could also be like the end of a healing phase for you, and that could be why you're going to start to feel unblocked as the year progresses as well, because at the end of the year we have the force. Mars, force. Could also do, this could also be like really coming back into union with the self and reflecting on patterns. A lot of the time you'll find relationships and money, like they kind of go hand in hand because they're all related to the root chakra. So you might start feeling like if you haven't been really like dating recently or like having any luck in that department, you might start to notice some forward movement. But I do think you need to allow yourself this space to like let go of these things as well. I don't think this is really something that you'll be sitting in. I think this is more like the energy that's now making its way out. Well, the Chiron healing shows up in the third quarter, so July, August, September, and then powering through. That's interesting. And then we'll do charms, and then I shall leave you there, my loves. Okay, Aquarius fell out, so we'll leave it. I'm gonna keep it. I don't know if you can really see it. And then we'll do. Oh, we got a bunch of signs on this one. We got Sagittarius. Okay. So this landed on the tarot. We have Pisces. This could be about something creative as well. Scorpio. Taurus. So weird because that's complete. I believe they're completely opposite of each other. Capricorn. Maybe even, so I'm getting another message like this lovers situation. This could be meeting a partner. It could be romantic or it could be in business. Could be both. They end up being like one and the same. Meeting somebody that's going to help you level up. And like coming into union with that, and also bridging these sides of yourself, learning how to do that. Sagittarius, expansion. Aquarius, healing. This could be healing around your relationship to friendship, your relationship to the internet even. You might be trying to be more active now on social media, especially if you did start a business. Or maybe even doing freelance work, I want to say. I don't know. I feel like the main energy of all this, they're giving me is like Scorpio and Taurus. So really transforming like your own financial stability, even emotional. And I do want to also say there is an underlying theme here of like creativity. It could be in the arts, whatever you're creating is like from the arts. It could be poetry, it could be music. You might be a musician. It could be you're writing something important, or something spiritual in nature. It could also just be something creative like art, or if we, even business, even when they're very practical in nature, they are creation, like something that we've birthed. But I feel like we are through, like I told you guys, through all that spiritual work that you guys have been doing. I want to say in the last couple years, especially I told you personal year 7 really came through for me, like for you in 2025. It doesn't have to be, but that's just really, personal year 7s tend to carry the energy of like doing a lot of spiritual reflection and shedding layers of ourselves through that no longer serve us, or that we may have been programmed into, but they don't serve us. So pile 1, that is your 2026 predictions. Thank you for coming. I love you. Comment down below. Drop me a like, and please don't forget to engage. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and it really helps the channel when you comment. Plus, I love to hear your stories, and I'd love to connect with you guys. So I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to stay tuned for your love predictions. Those will be out. Honestly, guys, I'm going to try my best to knock them out the same day I'm filming your regular predictions today. We'll see how that goes. The energy lately, I've been feeling exhausted, so we'll see. But I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching Third Eye Exchange. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your 2026 predictions reading. I'm excited to see what comes through. I'm getting a little bit of pain in the left side of my jaw, so I don't know if you've been dealing with like your Saturn return or you need to get some dental work done, but 10 out of 10 recommend. I also heard when I was opening up clearing in March, so you might be clearing something in March, spiritually, or really looking at some trauma. So I'm gonna move this and then adjust the camera so we'll get right into it. All right, Spirit, tap me into, this is the better business essential oil. So not sure if you needed help with that. Also, I'm hearing eucalyptus. This isn't eucalyptus, I believe, but I'm hearing eucalyptus. So maybe eucalyptus, I don't know if you're dealing with like a cold or sinuses. That might be why there was like pressure in your face right now. Okay. Spirit tap me into Pile 2. Their 2026 predictions. Okay, wow. I know this is kind of a janky setup. I just, honestly, guys, some days you just gotta show up and it can't be perfect. Maybe this is a message for you. Some days you just gotta show up and it can't be perfect, but you gotta show up. That you might be going through your Saturn return. Okay, here we go. 6 of Wands. Let's see. We'll see. Okay, we have the Empress. At the back of the deck, we have, sorry, I'm going to tell you this. At the back of the deck, we have Ace of Swords. I hear tend to your garden. I think you also really need to give yourself some time to get organized. Behind the Ace of Swords reversed, we have the King of Wands upright. So, 9 of Swords reversed at the back of the deck. I just saw 333. First, we have Empress energy. I keep thinking of Rihanna. I don't know if you were like listening to Rihanna today or you've been like watching her interviews. That's so interesting. Maybe you are Rihanna. If you are, always been a big fan. Hey, girl. Anyway. So the Empress. Okay, we have the Empress. Sorry, this is like a lot. This gives me like air energy, whatever I'm tapping into. So I don't know if you're like an air sign or you have an air moon and you're like always in your head. But this is why I feel like you need to get organized. You need to get organized. And this is weird, but it's like you need to defend your position, but you don't need to be defensive in general overall. Like, protect yourself. But sometimes some of the best protection we can do is energetic protection and let our angels and guides speak to, do our bidding for us, protect us in the spiritual realm. Let me see. Sometimes it's not our place. Sometimes it's not our place to like give people their karma. That's interesting. All right, sorry. We have the Empress, the Chariot reversed, Two of Pentacles reversed, Four of Swords, Six of Wands. Next to, now that I mention it, Seven of Wands, the Hierophant, Two of Cups reversed, Nine of Pentacles. Yes, it's still, I'm still getting like that message of like, it's not always your place to serve people their karma. I am getting, because Two of Cups, a lot of the time it's a soulmate card in the upright, but I am feeling like there's something, especially with the Four of Swords being here, like there's something misaligned about a situation that you're dealing with, and you know that, but you have to let spirit take care of it. That's the first thing that I needed to say. And now we're going to get into the breakdown of the year. So, first quarter of the year, it's a feeling of like resting on your laurels, kind of letting yourself be in your Empress energy, receiving mode, being open to opportunities that come in for you. Because Six of Wands, this talks about victory. So there's some really good stuff happening for you right now. I don't know why I just heard taquitos. Maybe you're eating taquitos. Or you won some kind of taquito competition. I'm kidding, but if the shoe fits. Okay, I'm also I'm being drawn to read this quote. To plant sage is to grow wisdom. Interesting. To plant sage is to grow wisdom. And it's so funny because second quarter of the year, we have the Chariot reversed, and then we have the Hierophant. So I do feel like you're not forcing anything right now. You're really, I feel like this is just a time of like welcoming in opportunities, delegating tasks, I want to say. Kind of like boss energy, like healed boss energy, but it doesn't have to be. And also like using your discernment. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed and then the Two of Cups for the third quarter. I want a clarifier for this, Spirit. Tell me about the third quarter for pile 2's 2026 predictions. Can you clarify this? Okay. Okay. So that's clarified by the Four of Wands reversed, the Ace of Cups reversed, the Wheel of Fortune, and then the King of Cups reversed. Okay. What I'm getting from this, and then, okay, the Three of Swords reversed. So there's going to be something you're working on, whether it's like a relationship, a collaboration, Three of Wands. There's going to be something in the third quarter that like doesn't work out the way that you thought it was going to, but this is divine protection. Remember when we talked about let spirit handle things for you? This is about divine protection. There's a lot of things at play right now that you can't see. Again, this is kind of like the Hierophant, and also they said to plant sage is to grow wisdom, like planting seeds. Even if you want to just say to plant seeds, Like you are in the phase of like continuing to nurture your garden. I wanted to say as soon as I turned over the 9 of Pentacles before, I don't know if I said it. Nurture your garden anyway. Let spirit take care of it, because there's like I said, there's something that you think that you want or that you're trying to bring in, or an opportunity, but you know in your gut you're like I don't know, and then things end up either falling through or something doesn't work out. It's because you're being protected. It's because you're being protected. And all of these cards, Ace of Cups, King of Cups, Four of Wands, like this is misalignment. This is not fulfillment for you. The only card in this whole row that came up upright was the Wheel of Fortune. Things will be turning around. Things will be elevating in your favor, especially because the last quarter of the year we have Four of Swords. For me, when I see the Four of Swords, I see this as something better is coming. With that card, I always see this as something better is coming. Making sure that you are mentally strong, because in certain ways, the Four of Swords, your mental state might be weakening, or is at risk of weakening, I should say. Making sure that you're protecting yourself and your mental faculties. And then 9 of Pentacles upright. This is a great card. This is like you're bearing a lot of fruit in all avenues of your life, I want to say specifically for you guys. So let me see what's at the... Oh yeah, this is whatever's gonna fall through in the third quarter of the year for you, this is avoiding like a major blow up of something, a major like a long-term major loss of something. Could be a relationship, could be in money, could be in business, could be in an investment, could be a deal that falls through. You're being protected. Just know whatever happens, but for you guys specifically, whatever happens this year, you have to look at things from the higher perspective when things don't seem to be panning out in the 3D for you. Spirit is handling it. Yeah, we have 5 of Pentacles reversed. You're being saved from this. And by the way, like, you don't have to be... Maybe you dealt with a lot of turmoil in the past, especially the last few years. Things are really turning around for you in this new chapter. Yeah. We have the 3 of Wands and then the Ace of Pentacles behind that. Things are really turning around for you. Okay. I keep wanting to say, I don't know if you guys are thinking this, like, I just fucking love you, Spirit. Like, I'm hearing that song, IFLY by Bozzy. I guess what I'm saying is that I fucking love you. Alright, I'm gonna put these aside. Spirit, anything else pile 2 needs to know for their 2026 predictions? Anything else pile 2 needs to know for their 2026 predictions? Anything that pile 2 needs to know for their 2026 predictions, Spirit. Let's see. Here we go. Maybe you need to check your storage. Also, I feel like that kind of goes into the little theme though of like what's in store for you in 2026. Spirit really wants you to take a little bit of a break right now. Because it's gonna come full circle. I really want to know what this is about, so I'm gonna actually pull it. Well, we'll do charms, and if I still need to clarifier. We'll get it. But the first quarter of the year, like I said, Spirit really wants you to take a little bit of a break. Truthfully, because there is like this expansion coming, but I feel like it's almost like kind of just or expanding yourself in ways that bring you joy. If you are gonna like expend energy, put it that way. But kind of gearing you up. Sorry guys, I'm like, I needed a second. Yeah, see, taking a break type of energy. Second quarter, we have second house owning. So this is really like focusing on your finances, maybe working on saving money, saving up for projects that you've been wanting to launch, or trips you want to take, or ideas that you want to be able to carry out in the physical that you need specific resources or funding for. Third quarter, we have Mars 4. So this is when your energy really comes back full throttle for you. Really, I also feel like though you're being encouraged not to force things. Remember from the tarot, there's going to be things that pop up that fall through. Do not force outcomes. That's really being highlighted overall this year for you. Do not force outcomes. Show up. Do your best. Bring your best to the table. Prepare yourself as best as you can, but do not force outcomes. That will be to your detriment. Remember, Spirit is protecting you. I also kept hearing, so we have Fire Element Desire at the back of the deck. That song Desire by Sam Smith and who is it? Is it Tiesto? It might be. This could talk about a relationship that falls through. Or something that you've really, really, really been wanting, but it wasn't built on stable ground. So don't worry. Seriously, don't worry that this is falling through. I see 333. And then there is a message here though. Also, the things that you want are changing. Your priorities are changing. We'll see what we get. I want to see what they clarify the last quarter as, because we have Earth Element Stability, but it's in the reverse. So let's see. Okay. Wow, so weird. We had Capricorn, Pisces, very similar energies in pile 1 and 2 for the charms. Leo. For the Earth Element Stability, we have Virgo. I heard plan accordingly. We have Gemini, Taurus, which are two very different energies. I keep getting this feeling that it's like you want things to be a certain way, and it's okay. Like, you're gonna get whatever it is you're trying to like manifest or set up for yourself. But it's like right now, this isn't like, I almost feel like what's more important for you now is like networking, expanding yourself, creating things. That's all part of like letting yourself be seen and shining your, like, I almost want to say creative spark. And not like being so, well, yeah, that could be what this fire element desire is. This could be like the sacral chakra, creativity, manifesting. Changing how you do things, not being so rigid in the way that you do things anymore. And like I said, this is a big year for you of let things flow. Don't force things. Because this year is taking you where you need to be, even if you can't see it yet. All right. Pile 2, thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear your stories. Also, the engagement really helps the channel. Drop me a like. And happy 2026. I'm so excited. Stay tuned for the 2026 love prediction video, which I should have out hopefully by the end of January. So I love you. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching Third Eye Exchange. Bye. Hello, my loves. Welcome, pile 3. Welcome back to Third Eye Exchange. Welcome to your 2026 predictions. Let's get into it. Spirit, tap me into pile 3. Tap me into pile 3's 2026 predictions. I just heard you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Okay, so that's interesting. Here we go. Tap me. Oh, wow, okay. So we're going to use it. Tap me into pile 3's 2026 predictions. I'm hearing, please don't bother me. Oh, I don't know. Another, yeah, there's, wow, there's quite a few more. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put this energy on the side. Knight of Wands at the back of the deck. We have Six of Cups reversed, Six of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. I don't know why 252 standing out to me. 252. Justice. A lot of Libra energy in here. Nine of Pentacles. Could be about cardinal signs, but we'll get into it. Give me a sec. Four of Pentacles reversed. Could be about rebalancing too. The Hanged Man. And then as like, by the way, we have Two of Swords, and then we have Page of Swords reversed. So we'll see what's up with that. Okay. So for the first quarter of the year, I feel like this is really a focus on like inner child healing, and almost stepping out of the energy of the inner child, not like neglecting it completely, but really kind of putting it on the shelf right now because there's important things to tend to. And also things, like I said, things balancing out, situations balancing out, karma being dealt good or bad to whoever it's owed to. That might be, I feel like that might be even people around you if they haven't been showing up honestly in the ways that they should, if they haven't been doing the right thing, so to speak. Be careful of that. Be careful of who you surround yourself with at this time. Second quarter of the year, we have Six of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. So, a lot of pentacles here. There's a lot of pentacles. We've got kind of a little bit of everything going on here. So I do want to say, like, it maybe in most avenues of your life, whatever releasing is happening at the beginning of the year, for the second quarter of the year, things are really taking off for you, which leads us into the third quarter of the year. This is a very exciting time for you. We have the Queen of Pentacles energy with a Four of Pentacles reverse. So I feel like you're letting go, and this has been a long time coming, I want to say, by the way. You're letting go of a lack mindset in more ways than one. Like in every sense of the phrase, even like in your love life, in your how you deal with people, and your finances. Things are really coming together for you. And I feel like second quarter is going to start to show you like things have been, because this is a victory card. So maybe this was an idea that you had or an investment that you made. Like things have really started to pay off. Maybe you even buy a house. You buy a house, or you're able to kind of splurge on things that you've never been able to afford yourself before. Even you might run into a great relationship along the way. Could be like business partnership, could be an actual romantic partner, could also just be like a really good friend. Sorry guys. So yeah, let's see what else. And then the fourth quarter of 2026, I feel like you're really embodying and understanding just how powerful you are now, and just how well you truly can manifest the things that you desire. But there still is this element of like hesitation. Could also be like maybe something that you're letting go of is the hesitation, but also realizing, I think it really is just like a full circle moment of you coming to the realization, like, there are going to be things and situations that happen in life, but ultimately, like, I am the driving force that moves me forward. And you see how he's holding on to his own foot? It's metaphorical, and this card always means, like, it could be about a choice that we have to make. I do also feel this with, like, the by the way cards of, like, Two of Swords. So there might be a choice that you have to make towards the end of the year. In relation to, I want to say, like, scaling your business, scaling your investments. This doesn't have to be business. But it is some type of like level up, and there is, like I said, there is going to be an important choice here. But this could also be in relation to like you realizing that all you had to do was decide that I'm gonna let go and surrender, and I'm gonna get myself back up, because you were always the one that was capable of that. And also, like, clarity of mind, I want to say. Clarity of mind, really starting to cut through the BS and the mental chatter and understand that, like, I am fully capable of creating the life I want. Like, look at how much I've done when I decided to get out of my own way and take the leap, I want to say. Okay, let's see. Now, I am going to move these. We'll get into some oracle cards. Spirit, please tap me into pile 3's predictions for 2026. Please tap me into pile 3's predictions for 2026. Oh, wow. Okay, hang on. Wow, yeah, they're talking about... Okay, Cancer, I feel. So, I am going to do love readings, like love predictions for 2026. But at the back of the deck, we have Cancer, I feel. And behind that, we have Gemini, which is the Lovers. Cancer card can also... There is a Moon card in this deck, but the Cancer also rules the Moon. So, it kind of reminds me of the energies we saw swirling around in the tarot. About being the person that, like making a choice and being the person that, like, calls the shots, I want to say. So I don't want to get too deep into it, but this could definitely be about a relationship. Okay. I'm not going to talk about, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but this definitely does feel like it is a romantic relationship presenting itself to you at whatever point you're watching this. So, like I said, my readings are timeless, and this has the intention of 2026, but it could just be the next 12 months of your life from when you're watching this. Because I do feel like, I almost feel like if you're, like, if this is like about a creative project, use this person as your muse. Like, enjoy yourself, use this person as your muse. Like, fully immerse yourself in this experience, I want to say. Because I feel like in the past, maybe you've shied away from that. But I feel like lean into that passion. Obviously, like, take things at a comfortable pace for the two of you. But, like, as far as your creative work goes in relation to the situation, like, really immerse yourself in it and make sure that you're not setting aside your passion projects as well for this relationship. Try to find the balance. Remember when I first opened up, it was like there's a lot of Libra energy. So maintaining that balance. And it's okay if we're not always 100% balanced all the time. There's a lot of sacral energy, a lot of root chakra energy coming in right now. So this is amazing. This is going to be a relationship that really changes, I want to say, the trajectory of your life, but, like, in the best way. Like, this might even be, I want to say, fortuitous for you in more ways than one. And we have 4, 1, so this is like stability, new beginning, out with the old, in with the new. And then we have 11, 11 right next to each other. So this is a destined partnership. Like I said before in the tarot, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be like a soulmate connection that comes in on your journey to, like, you know, kind of inspire you or encourage you into the next phase. But at the end here, we have Pluto transformation. So remember when we had the Hanged Man, allowing yourself to surrender to this experience fully. That's really what is being recommended to you this year when it happens. I love that. All right, we're going to get into charms, and then we're going to call it a day. Okay, we have Virgo. We have Libra. Like I said, a lot of Libra energy here. Taurus. Aquarius. Gemini, more lovers energy. There is a lot of like lover Venus energy here. Also, Venus does rule over like the arts, or like nice things. Taurus as well. Like I said, there's 2 signs here ruled by Venus right next to each other. Virgo. Virgo came out right on top of 5th house creativity, so making sure that you stay disciplined. If you're a creator, like a creative of some sort, like I mentioned. Gemini, Aquarius. There's a lot of air energy here too. I told you guys at the beginning, there's a lot of Libra energy in here, air energy. So I would just make it a point to like make sure you're staying grounded, whether that's through like meditation or exercise or yoga or being out in nature, whatever helps you. But also like it all circles back to like that hangman energy. Like, don't overthink it. Allow yourself to be like carried and surrendered to the energy presenting itself to you in 2026. Because I feel like it's gonna lead you to some amazing places, and like I said, it's gonna change your life, but like for the best. Like, you're not gonna be the same in a year. So pile 3, thank you for coming. Also, because pile 1 and pile 3 are both 2s, there might be messages for you in pile 1 if you want to take a look. If not, no worries, but share your experiences down below. Please comment. Also, engage with the channel. It really helps. And drop me a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. So I love you, and thanks for watching Third Eye Exchange. Bye. Hello, pile 4. Welcome back to Third Eye Exchange. We are going to dive into your predictions for 2026. Keep in mind, these messages are timeless. So whenever you're watching, this might be a message for exactly where you're at in time, and then for the next 12 months after that. So keep that in mind, but the intention set is 2026 if you watch when I'm posting it. So without further ado, I did just shuffle, so we're gonna get right in here. So Spirit, tap me into pile 4 for 2026. Tap me into pile 4 for 2026. Tap me into pile 4 for 2026. Oh. Tap me into pile 4 for 2026. Okay. 1 I'm hearing everything is going how it's supposed to go. Okay. All right, at the back of the deck, we have Wheel of Fortune. We have, let's see, the Emperor, Queen of Cups, Two of Pentacles reversed, Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles reversed, Page of Swords, Three of Cups, and Seven of Swords reversed. A few things. There's a few messages coming through. I'm gonna do separate love messages for 2026, but if you've been having doubts about like the fidelity of your partner lately, Spirit wants to like reassure you like everything's fine. Like there's no like cheating going on behind your back. There's no foul play at hand. This person might just be really focused on work right now, or really like pouring into like, I want to say extracurriculars, but like things that are gonna bring you more financial stability in the long term. So that was one of the first messages. The second message that was coming through, and this is like for the first quarter of the year. The second message that was coming through with that is if you are looking to collaborate in any way, whether that's like with your own business or maybe like brand deals, or like even just like joining forces with other people on some kind of project, it's really not recommended at this time. Right now, Spirit wants you to kind of take the reins and like be the I want to say driving force, but I also want to say the leader. You need to have control of this situation for now. I almost feel like other people are not really as like equipped as you at the moment for this like task, responsibility, enterprise, if you will. So, okay. And then for the second quarter of the year, there's a lot of like emotional fulfillment. I also feel like maybe I'm not sure if like you've been just dealing with a lot, so maybe you've been thinking about going back to therapy. Spirit thinks that that's a really good idea. So by the second quarter, that may be something that starts flowing in for you. Just in a way to like better organize yourself mentally and like help with your mental health. Also, you might be like have a bunch of creative ideas flowing at this time. So once we move into the third quarter, it's really being highlighted here. I feel like you're not going to really be focused on like, I want to say the task at hand, but also like, it's not in a bad way. It's like Spirit wants you to really enjoy yourself during the third quarter of the year. So like the Three of Cups highlights like celebrations. You might even meet like two people that you're supposed to meet, like new friends or partnerships to join forces with. But this is really a time of like enjoyment, really a time of enjoyment. And honestly, like, you might party a little bit more than you plan to, but I think this is going to be really good for you. And then, yeah, like, so you finished 2026. Oh my God. I don't know if you guys are having, like, sinus issues. I just felt like, I'm not even having sinus problems, but I just felt like stuffy for a second. Out of nowhere. 9 of Cups and 7 of Swords reversed. I feel like, yeah, like, you're really going to feel like almost like refreshed, giving yourself this time to just like enjoy yourself and not worry so much. Maybe even like letting your defenses down in certain ways. Things are really shifting in your favor this year, but I don't, you know, it's crazy. Like, I feel like you've been building like the foundations for whatever these blessings are that are coming in, because we have the Wheel of Fortune. You know what I mean? Like, that in and of itself is like a shift in luck, a shift in karma. The wheel is always turning, you know? So it's a very prosperous time for you in 2026. I'm very excited for you. Anything else, Spirit, before we move on? You could also, this is for those of you that are partnered already. You could be getting engaged by the end of this year. Because we are finishing up an emotional cycle as well. And also, job well done. Spirit wants to say, job well done. That's kind of the vibe this year. Okay, so we will, let me look at the back of this. Queen of Swords, discernment. You understand, I think, better than you ever did, where your time and energy are best channeled. You're not really wasting time anymore overthinking. I think that's one of the reasons why, like, therapy came up here. If you need it, Spirit gives the green light for it. But I really genuinely think, like, you're in a really good place. I feel like you've integrated a lot of healing, a lot of lessons. You've been cultivating a lot of things from a more healed version of yourself for a while now. And a lot of these things are coming full circle. And I almost want to say, like, you can like rest a bit, you know? That's really exciting. Okay. Now, this was the first that came out. Spirit tap me into pile number 4 for 2026. I also feel like towards the end of the year, there's going to be bigger opportunities that come in for you that maybe you weren't even expecting, because you've been saying no to things that, you know, don't serve you. And, like, just, like, staying in your own lane. I think that's why Spirit's even encouraging that. I just saw 10-10, out with the old, in with the new. A lot of that right now, because also we are in a universal year 1. Jupiter, abundance. Did I not tell you this is a really great, this is going to be a really abundant, fortuitous time for you. A lot of red. So we have a lot of root chakra, sacral chakra. Look at this. Right behind this card, we have 8th house, endings, beginnings. And even behind that, we have the Aries card, which is bright red and new beginnings. I also think you're going to be coming into a newfound confidence from all the things that you've just let go of and healed from. Oh my gosh, guys, I told you. You're going to be meeting new friends. And even healing your relationship with the idea of friends. Solar eclipse. So much red energy. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be here. Oops. The only thing I want to say here is be careful not to doubt yourself. If you have an intuitive nudge, and I feel like you're already doing well about that, but if something puts you in a place of like overthinking about it, that's, I want to say like it's not in alignment, it's throwing you off balance. And remember that sometimes, and I feel like you know this, but sometimes the answer is not always the easiest thing to hear. And it's not always the easy thing to do. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like you ever really, you're not really the type to back down from a challenge anyway. Like, you really haven't had the room for that in the past. So let's see. Yeah, everything is like, oh my gosh, I just feel like you're really stepping into your power this year, but like in a way where you're going to be front and center. So if you have like social media, like I would even go as far as to say like you might end up like getting a ton more of a following, or even just like if you have a business, like that's going to blow up in the right way for you. Or your career, like people are gonna respect you and like you'll be the person people look to for their opinion. And honestly, just enjoy yourself. I feel like, all right, charms for pile 4. You need to be enjoying yourself. Okay, these fell out. Aries, Libra. Aries energy, man. Gemini. I feel like, because that fell on like the solar eclipse one. More Libra energy. Virgo. There's been a lot of like similar energy throughout the piles. Okay, and then Sagittarius. This is a good year for you to try new things. I feel like my phone's about to fall. This is a good year for you to try new things. Hang This is also a really good year to balance your head and your heart, I want to say. I don't know why, like lately when I've been channeling, guys, I feel like I need to tell you this. Like I've just been like moving my hand back and forth on things. It's so interesting. Hang on. There's a big emphasis here on like maybe even shifting the way that you communicate in your relationships. But I think, like I said, everything this year is going to be coming from a much more healed place. And a place of like enjoyment. Like I want to say joy. Like this is going to be a really nice turning point. And obviously, yes, you are still going to have to work hard, but I feel like you're going to be able to really enjoy the fruits of your labor more than you ever have before. Now. And also remember, that's one thing, Spirit wants you to stay disciplined. Don't drop the ball on anything that you've got going on just because like you have all these amazing new connections in your life. But this is all very important. Like I think one of the reasons why all these amazing connections are coming in for you at the same time as all of your abundance is so now you have people to share it with, you know what I mean? And you're ready for all of this now. And it really was never a question of like, did you deserve it? It was just things you came here to learn and uncover about yourself before integrating like relationships with others. And we'll see what happens in your love reading. I'm going to do 2026 love readings. But yeah, Aries and Libra energy, they're cardinal signs. So definitely like being in charge of everything, staying on task. But it's really a year about balancing self-care with also welcoming in new connections and like really being, if you are somebody who has businesses, and I'm sure you know this, realizing the value of being good with people. I just saw 333. So there's going to be a lot of expansion in your connections as well. And by extension, like yourself. So this is very exciting, Pile 4. I'm very excited for you. Comment down below your experiences. Also, the engagement really helps the channel. So, and I just love to connect with you guys anyway. Drop me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in your love predictions. Thanks for coming and thanks for watching Third Eye Exchange. Love you. Bye.